Let's start with some more concepts related to for loops in Python language. At the first point, we will see that what is included under infinite for loop in Python language. So let's see that what are the infinite for loop. Infinite for loop is a type of for loop in which the condition of the for loop will never becomes to be false, and every time the condition given under the for loop will comes to be true, and we will execute the loop again and again and again. But according to us, infinite for loop is not possible in Python language. So why it is not possible in Python language? Because under the for loop in Python language, the element gets auto incremented at each step. So it means that suppose we have not included any increment statement under the for loop, but still the element gets auto incremented under the Python language for loop. Let's see that what is included under for loop with else statement. We can have a else block that is associated with a for loop, but the else block is optional. It executes only after the loop finished its execution. So let's see the same. In this program, we will try to apply for loop with else block. In the first line, it is given as for I in range. It means the range of the for loop will start from 1 and it will go till less than 4. It means it will start from 1 and it will go till 3. So let's see, in the first step the value of I will be 1, and when we will go to the for loop, it will just print 1 in the output because it will check that is I is less than 4. Yes, 1 is less than 4. So as it is true, so it will just enter under the for loop and it will just print the value of I, that is 1, under the output. Now at after printing the value of I, it will just auto increment the value of I, and the new value of I will be 2. Now it will check that is 2 is less than 4. Yes, 2 is less than 4, so it will just print 2 in the output. After that the value of I will be 3 and it will check that is 3 is less than 4. Yes, 3 is less than 4, so it will just print 3 in the output. After that the new value of I will be 3, and when we will check that is 4 is less than 4, so the condition will become false. And as we have studied that the else block with the for loop will get executed after the end of the for loop. So when the for loop will end, at that time the else block will start and it will just print no break in the output. Let's revise the code. As we have studied that at the first point we need to execute the for loop, and after that we will execute the else statement. So while executing the for loop, the output will be 1 2 3, and then we will need execute the else block, which will print no break in the output. Now we will see that what is the concept of break in for loop. The syntax to execute the break statement in for loop is break, and everything should be in the lowercase characters. In this program, we will apply break in for loop. Here given is the for loop where it is given as for val in string. It means the value on which we need to execute the for loop is string, and the character at each step will be val. So at the first step the value of val will be s, and we will check the if condition. If s double is equal to I, no, s is not double is equal to I, so we will just print val in the output, so the output will be s. After that the new value of val will be t, and the if condition will again comes to be false, so it will print val again, it means it will print t again. Now the new value of val will be r, and the condition of r double is equal to I will be false again, so it will just print the value of val which is r. Now at the next step the value of val will be I, and the condition of I double is equal to I will be correct, and if the condition is correct so it will just execute break. And what the break means we will just come out of the for loop at that step, and we will not execute more statements under the for loop. So the for loop will end after printing s, t and r, and at the last we need to print the end because this print statement is given after the for loop. Let's revise the code of break in for loop. With the concept of break we need to understand that if the break gets implemented under the for loop, it means that we need to come out of the for loop. So we will just start with s, t and r, and when it will come to I, the if condition will becomes true and the break statement gets executed, it means that when the value of val is I, so we just need to come out of the for loop and we just need to print the end at the end print statement. Now we will see the concept of continue in for loop. The syntax of continue in for loop will be continue, and everything should be in lowercase letters again. In this program we will apply continue in for loop. Here given is the for loop where val is the value, and we need to implement the for loop on string. Now what is the concept of continue? When the continue occurs under the for loop, it means that we don't need to execute the for loop at that step, but we will continue with the for loop. Just see, the value of val is s, and the if uh, condition given under the if will become false, so we will just print value of val which is s. At the next step the value of val will be t, again the if statement is false, so we will just print t in the output. And now the value of val is r, and r double is equal to I is again false, so we will just print r in the output. Now let's see that what happens at continue. Now the new value of val is I, and when we will check for I double is equal to I, then it is mentioned as continue. It means that if the condition is true, then we just need to execute the for loop. uh, we just need to continue with the same, and we will not execute the for loop at this step, so we will just miss the print val at this step, and we will just continue with the for loop, and the next value of val will be n, so we will just print n in the output because n double is equal to I is false. At the next step the value of val is g, so as the value of val is g, so g double is equal to I is false. So we will just print the value of g, and after that at the end of the for loop we need to print the end at the last. So what is the concept of continue? The concept of continue is we just need to continue with the for loop, but we will not execute the statements of the for loop at the step where continue occurs. Let's revise the code. Under the code, we will just print S, T, R, N and G step by step, but we will not print I under the output because when the value of val is I, at that time the continue statement occurs, and continue statement means that we don't need to execute the statements of for loop at this step where continue occurs. Let's see the concept of pass under the for loop. The syntax of pass under the for loop is same, which is pass, and everything should be in lowercase characters. In this program, we will see that how we can apply pass in the for loop. So let's see that what is pass. When the pass statement is passed under the for loop, it means that pass is a null statement, and the compiler will ignores the compiler cannot ignore the pass statement, but nothing will happen at the pass statement. So let's see. Here given is the for loop which is to be implemented on string, and at the first step the value of val is s, and when we will check for the if condition will become false. So we will just leave this if statement and just print value of val, which is s. At the second step the value of val is t, so we will just print t in the output, and then the value of val is r, so we will just print r in the output. Now the value of val is I, and when we will check the I is equal to I, then it will be true. So it means that we just need to follow the normal thing that we follow every time. So we will just go to the pass and we will just ignore this statement, and then just go to the print, which is this is pass block. It means the execution will be normal, which is to be done in the normal program of Python, and the pass statement is a type of null statement. Now we will just print val of the output, which is I. So it means the normal execution will get carry on. So the new value of val will be n, and as n double is equal to I is false, so we will just print n in the output. After that the value of val is g, so we will just print g in the output. And when the for loop will end, then we will just print the end in the output. So let's revise the code. When we need to apply pass under the for loop, it means that we just need to carry on with the normal execution of the program, and we cannot ignore this statement, but nothing will happen on this statement of pass. Thank you very much.